What up? BigHerc916. Positivity, motivation, never settle for average. I'm always lacing you guys up, giving you game. And one of the things I want to talk about is it's not worth being fake around fake people because you're going to look like a sucker too by trying to fit in with them. Shout out to Nino Man for that and dropping them gems. I see people who are basically fake friends for the sake of social media, barbecues, maybe it's to borrow the whip, to wear the chain, to go to the pool party, to bust some cheeks. And they don't realize by acting like they really like the person they're hanging with, they look real stupid. And you see it all the time. Laughing, smiling, joking, the fake laugh, and then off to the side, they're talking shit about the person, about how fake they are, and about how they're not true to themselves, and they're living a lie and this and that. But then that person's living a lie by trying to get the benefits of the person who is the lie. So what's worse? The person that's fake as hell, or the person who's pretending to be fake to the person that's fake as hell to try to get benefits from the fake ass person? I'd rather just not even be around that person, period. And I used to see it, at barbecues and little functions. People pretend like they really give a damn about you, or it's mundane conversation, but there's no substance behind it. There's nothing that actually says that person is genuine in heart, or that if something seriously happened to you, they would be there to have your back. Those days of having a bunch of those friends are long gone. And I don't know if we ever had really a time where you had a bunch of those friends who were really stand up like that. Now that I look back and how the mob, a lot of those guys even snitched on their brothers and some of these other gang members who are telling on each other. It's very few and far between. You have still a few cliques that hold strong, as long as they're not infiltrated. But just outside of the criminal element, the friends that people claim they have, most of them are fake as hell. They're doing stuff on social media to get likes and follows, and because they're able to do that, they have all these people around them, and these people are trying to use them to use their popularity to help their own popularity. But their popularity is based on a fake them. So when they get their, piggyback fans, they're really fake too, because it's not based on who they really are. So it's hard to discern what's real and what's fake out there. But when you run up on somebody and you start talking with them and you see whether or not they're getting into character, that if they're true to who they say they are. And my whole thing is, I'm not one of those people who have a need to try to be something I'm not so that someone will like me. I never did it growing up in the hood. I never did it when I was skateboarding. I never did it when I was in the pen. I was always a person who did my own thing. And if I had to deal with not being liked or accepted, then so be it. And it's kind of been that way on social media because I don't promote a lot of the bullshit. But one thing with me is you're going to get a real friend, a true friend, somebody who's honest, somebody who wants to see you win, somebody who really believes in what you're trying to accomplish, so that together we can make it and be at the top of the game, and neither one of us are kind of looking back and boasting over the other. You ever had one of these people call you a friend, and every time you talk to them, they're bragging about what they just bought, or what they just did in business or what they just did over here, but they're never asking you like, hey man, would you like to become a part of this? Or hey, I thought about you, maybe together we can do this. Or they've never actually invited you to any financial opportunities or even opportunities of gathering, of hanging out. Have you ever thought about that? These people who always call you just to brag on you. Those people are pieces of shit. You know, you call them and say, hey, how you doing, man? And you're like, hey, I'm thinking about doing this and doing that. But before you get off their phone, they always got to brag. Oh, man, I just got this new road, blah, blah, blah. Or, oh, man, I just, bought this and, my business is doing this. But they never think to say, like, if you are who you say you are, if I'm doing all this super great things and this is my friend, not an associate, I'm going to be like, man, look, dude, I just came into something that's a great opportunity. You should be a part of it with me because together we can both bubble. I would be calling my friends to give them opportunities and not boast or to make them sound like they're beneath me in the way I'm talking so that I always feel like I'm the one in the circle. You know, those friends who always want to be the man in the circle. I've seen those people too. So you got the ones who boast, the ones who want to be the man in the circle. If there's somebody else in the circle who they feel has more money than them, maybe a nicer car than them, a nicer watch than them, who's done more than them, they don't want to hang out with that person. Because that so-called friend is working off of ego. They really don't know themselves, and all they can stand on is ego. And you see it with women too. The one woman, she's in a circle with a couple chubbies and some other girls who may be somewhat attractive but not all the way, but she wants to be the diva in the group. And as soon as another female comes into the group, she starts talking shit about her if she thinks that female is competition to her. You got to listen and watch all these people because, as you get into these different friend circles, you start seeing all these weird competitions and these weird behaviors, and you'll be like, why is all this drama and fake bullshit going on if everybody's supposed to be here to embrace each other, to help each other, and to want each other to win? And like I said, when you say friend, you're putting a little extra on it because a friend is somebody who really cares about you. Now, if you're talking about associates, a lot of fake associates, a lot of buster ass associates, a lot of associates who just are, the ones you pull up at a car meet, see them, they never call you. Oh man, I'm gonna hit you up, blah, blah, blah. Or a girlfriend, I was gonna let you know that we're going to this event, blah, 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 blah. Those are associates, totally different category. But when you start using friend, do not use a friend term unless a person is really a friend. And like I said, if you're faking it to be their friend, then you're being a sucker too. Don't be a sucker to anybody to be their friend, to make them feel like they're somebody. Just, hey, if you have to have the conversation, be like, look, man, why you on some fake shit? You ain't got to be on no fake shit with me. You ain't got to make up stories and lies so that I'll like you. I like you for who you are and your values, not because of this fake ass facade you're putting on for everybody else, because you want people to believe you're something you're not. The fakeness, get it out your life. It'll save you a lot of heartache and headache. As I go through 2024 and I clean up shit and I eliminate people and I distinctly put people in categories of either friend or associate. Like I said, associate, you could do all the bullshit, run your mouth, brag about your, car, what you bought, all the money you made and this and that, and not offer me anything. I'm cool with that because you're not somebody that's gonna help anybody but yourself first unless you think you can get something from somebody else. But a friend, if you call yourself my friend, for what I put into the friendship as far as trying to see you win, I would like to see you give me that back. And if you don't, then you're not my friend, man. If you're not inviting me to things before you go to Facebook with them, or before you go to Instagram with them, or before you have some great opportunity and you're telling me about it after, you're not my friend, you're an associate, because you don't want to see me have that same experience that you had of being there when it happened. You want to tell me about it so you could brag on me about the situation, knowing I wasn't there, feeling like you had a one-up on me. Those people are not your friends. Those people are not your friends. Those people are fake, they're busters, they're associates, they're not in the same category. Do not give them the friend treatment. Treat those people like associates and just pay attention. Tighten up your friend circle, know who your associates are, protect your energy, elevate your chi and your frequency, and together let's bubble in 2024. Let's be successful, and let's invite those into our immediate presence that we feel will help elevate us, and together we can elevate each other. Go to BigHerc916.com, pick you up some merch, wash your ass, subscribe, and share the channel. Never settle for average.